Jump! Fox! Jump! What's herpes, you guys? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the second episode of JumpFoxJump. My name is Don Oliveira, your host, and with me today I have a very special guest, longtime friend of mine. His name is Pantelis, and I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Pantelis, entrepreneur, comedian extraordinaire, podcaster, avid video game aficionado, thug life aficionado, video game developer, application developer. I've done a lot. We're going to get into it.
Let's narrow it down. So you're a comedian here in Montreal, right?
I am a comedian, worldwide actually, but I'm based in Montreal. My background, coincidentally enough, is in the video game industry.
Good, that's why you're here.
Electronic Arts.
That's why you're here. Okay, wait, slow that down. So you used to work at Electronic Arts?
Yes, development coordinator extraordinaire.
Okay. Very cool.
Did you know this about me?
Yeah, well, I mean, I met you testing video games.
This is true.
That's why we're still friends. So why don't you tell the listeners a little bit about what you do now?
Right now, I do comedy. I'm a stand-up comedian, and I also work for another company, and I product manage. I make some apps on the side. I work on a team with developers and designers. I made some pretty badass apps.
Like what?
The World of Red Bull app on the Windows Phone. Right now, currently, I just finished a cooking app.
So Game of the Year 2014, maybe.
It's not gonna be a game. Yeah, that's the thing is, no longer do I make games. Like I'm kind of a goon for hire, right? People hire me for my insane artistic integrity in making applications. And so when I'm not doing stand-up comedy, when I'm not writing, I'm not doing shows, stuff like that, I'm doing this kind of stuff.
So you're a product manager, and on the side you do comedy. Very cool. So, Pantelis, I wanted to have you on the podcast today where we're going to talk about some video games. You like video games?
I do.
You make sometimes.
I have made video games, yes.
You have made video games?
You might not know the last game I made. It's a little game by the name of Zelda. I created it.
So you made Zelda?
Small-time operation.
Big guest today on JumpFoxJump.
In my basement. That's the Japanese guy stole it.
All right, so first what we're going to do is we have a new structure for the show. We're going to get into some news. Then we're going to get into recent releases. If you're a fan of Podcast Derailed, it's going to be kind of the same structure. And then we're just going to shoot the shit. We're going to talk about some games. So first, a little bit of comic book news, a little bit of video game news. We have Marvel announcing their release dates for movies from now until 2019. You're a comic book fan, right, Pantelis?
Yes, indeed I am.
Have you been watching any comic book movies, any TV shows? You said, weren't you watching the Ultimate Spider-Man?
That's none of your goddamn concern, but... Yeah, I have been. I've been watching Ultimate Spider-Man on the Netflix. You ever heard of the Netflix? It's a brand new thing. It's very exciting. It has television shows on the internet.
Well, what is the internet exactly?
I don't know. It's demonic stuff. But I use it, though. It helps. It's magic.
Okay, so...
Wizards made it.
Like Al Gore?
Not that kind of a wizard.
Okay, alright.
So yeah, I've been watching Ultimate Spider-Man. I feel like the writing's a little off. It's a little bit centered for the younger Marvel fans.
Yeah, very true.
However, you like seeing that kind of stuff. You like seeing the characters in action, and it's fun. But the movies, man, the Marvel movies have really been kicking ass lately.
You think so?
The Avengers, I think, was a very good film. Also, Amazing Spider-Man Part 2. Excellent film.
I didn't like it.
You're a hater.
No, I'm not a hater. Listen,
best Spider-Man movie of all time. And I say this as a longtime Spider-Man fan. It beat emo Spider-Man. It beat Sam Raimi's garbage Tales of Spider-Man. Yeah.
All right,
this felt like the comics.
Also, a longtime Spider-Man fan. Let me get into one thing. Spoilers here for anybody who hasn't seen The Amazing Spider-Man 2. One thing. At the end of the movie, spoilers, when you guys have time to fast forward the podcast by about a minute, when Gwen Stacy is falling down the clock tower or whatever, she's about to hit her head.
I was jumping around in my seat.
Sure, she's about to hit her head. And then Spider-Man does that web sling, whatever. He goes for her with the web. And then the web creates a hand, a tiny hand. If you remember, it does a slow motion. It was a hand
That's
reaching
how his
out.
web always goes.
No.
It spreads out like that. Yeah,
no, the web spreads. It's like a Kamehameha. It goes backwards.
No, you haven't. No.
It turned into a hand. It was like reaching out for her. And when I saw that, I'm like, fuck this movie. Everything, so much about that movie.
You missaw that and you hate the movie because you missaw something.
No,
it always spreads out into it's a web. It's not a straight line. It's a web. It comes out like that.
No, there's that type of fucking like airwave.
You
going
just don't know
towards the web.
science. That's why you're getting. That's why you're getting mad.
Anyways,
the point is that was a very emotional scene. The whole time she was falling for a whole minute 30 seconds. I was fucking jumping in and out of my chair, and my buddy Milton, who was seeing the movie with me, was free. He's like, "Man, could you fucking sit still?" I was like, "Please don't die. Please don't die. I've been through this already before, reading the books and all that." And then when she did die, I was devastated. I went home, broke up with my girlfriend.
Spoilers.
I was devastated.
Whatever. If you're a fan of Spider-Man from the comic books, you know that Gwen Stacy's supposed to die at some point. Anyways, like we were saying, so you're watching Ultimate Spider-Man on Netflix. Not a thing?
Nah, it's a thing. I'm watching it. I'm late into the first season. I don't know how many seasons they have. But it's just because I'm getting my Spider-Man fix. You know what I'm saying?
No, I definitely do enjoy Spider-Man as well. And I would recommend, it's not on Netflix, but if you could download it, it's a show from Disney. It's called Spectacular Spider-Man. And it is spectacular.
Is that the one with Neil Patrick Harris?
No.
Okay. I'm sorry.
That's okay. So back to what we were talking about. Marvel announced their release dates throughout 2019. I'm actually getting this story from Kotaku. They posted it. So in 2015, we've got 2 Marvel movies. We've got The Avengers: Age of Ultron. That's probably going to be really good. Right?
I'm already excited, and I haven't seen it yet.
Mm-hmm. Age of Ultron at the end of the regular Avengers, after the credits, after the first movie. That came out in what, 2012?
I don't remember.
Yeah, 2012.
2012, 2013 maybe?
Maybe.
No, 2012.
Yeah, 2012 sounds like it makes more sense. You saw after the credits there was Thanos.
Yeah.
Thanatos. Anyways.
Thanos.
Yeah, Thanos. Anyways, it's going to involve some cross-planetary, interdimensional combat between mutants and aliens. So that's going to be cool. Also, that's on May 1st. Coming out in 2015 on July 17th. We've got Ant-Man.
Which is going to suck terribly.
You think so? I can't believe they're trying to bring Ant-Man to the silver screen.
They're like, yo, he's cool. Ant-Man's cool. Ant-Man was never cool.
Ant-Man was never cool. He's some small guy that gets big.
I'm not a fan.
Anyways, okay, so there's Ant-Man. In 2016, we've got Captain America 3 on May 6th.
I still gotta see the second one.
Yeah, I also haven't watched the second one. Second one has GSP.
Yeah, I heard it in a ridiculously shit role, but I want to see it.
And then on July 8th, we got Doctor Strange.
I'm psyched.
Yeah, I'm psyched too, but what's that movie going to be like? Who can fuck with Doctor Strange?
It is going to be a strange-ass movie, let me tell you.
Nobody can fuck with Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange is amazing.
In 2017, on May 5th, we've got Untitled.
And then 27th of July, Untitled. November 3rd, Untitled.
2 Marvel movies. 3 Marvel movies.
In 2017.
In 2017, there are 3 Marvel movies that they haven't announced the
all
titles
untitled.
yet. All untitled. In 2018, another 2 untitled movies, July 6th, November 2nd. And in 2019, another untitled movie. So Marvel has 6 movies that they haven't announced the names or concepts for.
I think they're pornos.
Maybe Thor.
Thor could be a porno, yeah.
Maybe Thor. Maybe Black Panther.
That's racist.
Who else would they? What other Marvel hero do you think that hasn't had his own movie yet? Maybe Daredevil. He's had his own movie, but I heard that they're gonna make a sequel.
Yeah, it was a garbage movie though.
Yeah, Ben Affleck.
I like Ben Affleck.
I do.
But now
Ben Affleck.
Yeah, but now Ben Affleck is gonna be Batman.
Sorry,
it's gonna be Bat-Affleck. What? Ben Affleck?
Bat-Affleck?
Bat-Affleck. So, Bat-Affleck. so yeah, they gotta change their devils.
So out of all these movies, Pantelis, which one are you most looking forward to?
Doctor Strange.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, I think Avengers is gonna rock.
Yeah.
But also we haven't mentioned Guardians of the Galaxy comes out in a couple of weeks, and I'm super excited. All of the reviews of all my friends who've seen it early, journalists, say that it's epic.
Yeah?
Yeah, good things. Everybody says good things.
There's a raccoon in that movie.
Dude, that's so exciting. Raccoons
are
naturally born thieves. That's why they have a little headband.
All right, so that's enough on the Marvel movie announcement. Not too video game oriented, but I guarantee you there's going to be video games based on those movies. Next up, Best Buy in the US only. This isn't a Canada thing, even though we're from Canada.
I'm not from
it's
Canada.
News enough to mention. Best Buy is offering a buy one, get one free on a bunch of 3DS games. So if you have a chance, it's ending on July 26th. I would definitely go take advantage of this. The full list of games includes Bravely Default, Disney Magical World, Kirby Triple Deluxe, The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds, Mario Golf World Tour, Pokemon X, Pokemon Y, Tamagotchi Life, and Yoshi's New Island. If you buy one of those, you can get another one for free. What I would recommend, Bravely Default. either Zelda or a Pokemon game.
What I would recommend is spend that money on a
Strippers.
girl, take a girl out, maybe have some sex, lose your virginity.
Yeah.
That's what I recommend, straight up from Pantelis.
I agree. I gotta agree. Save the money on 3DS games. Use it to get your dick wet.
Yes, please.
All right, so that's enough of the Best Buy deal. Seriously though, if you live in the U.S. and you have a 3DS, that rhymes, but you might want to take advantage of that deal because it's not BS. Okay.
Nerds.
Next up for news, Naughty Dog revealed that there's definitely not, quote, going to be more single-player DLC for The Last of Us.
And nobody gives a shit.
Oh, okay. Are you a fan of The Last of Us?
Well, I beat The Last of Us. I was the last of us to beat it, or the first of us, who knows, but I beat it. I beat it on the PlayStation 3.
Yeah, well, yeah, obviously, because it was only out on the PlayStation 3.
Don't you fucking quote me on that.
But that should be your fucking your Twitter bio. I beat Last of Us on the PlayStation 3, July 20th. Yeah, so I mean, not a big surprise. The last piece of DLC they had for the game was Left Behind, that featured Ellie and her little buddy. There's actually a prequel / it takes place in between The Last of Us, between the beginning and the end, and it's also a prequel. Anyways, in terms of DLC, it's fantastic.
You want to know how I feel about The Last of Us and Left Behind? I feel like we were all left behind when we bought it. I'll tell you why.
What?
I got that headset, I was all into the game, and I beat the game. I had kind of fun. There was a lot of good moments in the game, but I felt like it wasn't enough. Like, I felt like most of the time it was just like, press X here, lift the stairs here, put them there so you could go over. It was very formulaic, There was some scary, like there was that scene in the snow after the guy gets shot. What's the main guy with the beard?
Joel.
Yeah, when you're in the snow and then you're fighting in the fiery fucking restaurant where that guy's trying to molest that little girl, but you are the little girl, and he sneaks up behind you. That was some scary shit. Am I right? That was some scary shit, but this guy's trying to molest you.
Yeah, that was scary
I was like, yo, I don't want to get molested. What's happening here?
I don't want to get molested either.
That was a scary scene and I enjoyed it. Like,
molestation is scary.
Yeah, it's terrifying. So I enjoyed that scene. It was pretty cool. Like, it was, you're fighting for your life, all that stuff. But there was a lot of stuff that I felt was just like phoned in. Like, all right, more of these fucking zombie things, and I
like what?
Stick my like when you're running through those like sewers, and it's like all zombies everywhere. There's the slow one and the fat one and the slow ones and the 3 slow ones and the fat. Like, come on, man. Like, throw something else. Where are the dragons at? Oh, the point is,
I'm sorry.
Dragons aside. I felt like a lot of stuff wasn't that good, but the graphics were good.
All right.
I like the way it ended. By the way, people complain about the ending. I thought the ending was all right.
I don't know anybody that complained about the ending.
I know 3 people at least.
I also don't know many people that complain about the game in general. I love The Last of Us.
You know somebody.
I know one person that's Pantelis. Just going on record here, Don does not think anything is wrong with The Last of Us. I actually think it's one of the best games to have come out in the last few years. It's definitely a Naughty Dog masterpiece.
Low standards.
I'd say better than Uncharted. Last of Us, definitely one of my favorite games in recent memory. I don't think them not releasing any more single-player DLC is a problem. They definitely supported that game as much as it needed to be supported. Now it's coming out on PS4. I don't think that it made news everywhere that there's no more single-player DLC. I don't think that's a thing. I don't think it matters. I think that they had enough content there. There was the games campaign and the expansion, and they have enough multiplayer content to keep you satiated. So people complaining about this, go fuck yourselves. Go fuck yourself.
A little aggressive.
That's a little aggressive. I love Last of Us.
Opinions, they don't like it. Man.
I mean, if you don't have my opinion, you don't matter. Next, the Destiny beta launched just a few days ago. Was it on Saturday, I believe? On the 17th of July, I think. What ended up happening is PlayStation Network actually experienced quite a lot of stress due to folks logging in. It actually took down the PlayStation Network for a while.
Oh my.
Yeah, well, that's what happens with big games. There was a lot of high volume there was a lot of high demand for the beta. And so Sony says that, quote, it may have caused, quote, experience issues when connecting to the service. Basically, that means that PSN was pretty much down.
And what's the verdict on this game, Destiny? What's its destiny going to be like? Is it destined to be a classic?
Bungie says that they'll be supporting it for the next 8 to 10 years.
That doesn't answer my question, but thank you.
I think
what are people saying? People that are playing the beta, the B version, if you will. What are they saying? Is it any good? Should I be excited about this motherfucker or what?
Good idea for a plug. If you still don't have a beta key, you can visit the JumpFoxJump channel, the YouTube channel. So go to YouTube, search JumpFoxJump, and you can find a Destiny beta key giveaway.
I don't have a beta key. Why don't you give me a beta? You know me. You don't even know these people.
I don't know them. I do know you. If you want a beta key, just enter the contest. You just got to comment. I'm not even asking you to like or subscribe.
You want me to enter some kind of bullshit contest? Can't you just give me a beta key and then let them enter the contest?
You retweeted the contest today.
Right, because I'm trying to support these people so they can get their fucking beta keys.
These people?
These people.
Are you racist?
Well, I don't know if it's just blacks that listen to this.
Okay.
Nerds of any color. Get these fucking giveaway stuff.
Yeah, man, go to JumpFoxJump. You can enter a fucking contest to get a Destiny beta. By the time you hear this, you'll probably only have a couple of hours to do it, so make sure you do it. But anyways, yeah, the PSN servers were kind of crashing due to Destiny. But hey, what else is new?
Have you played it?
Yeah, I played it.
You like it?
Love it.
Alright, that's it. That's what I was waiting for. You didn't say that.
Yeah, Destiny, very good game. I definitely have. They're not even hedging their bets at this point. I think Bungie knows exactly how successful that game is going to be, and I think people are pretty fucking stoked. Next up, you're a fan of Uncharted?
Whatever, not really.
Seriously? I actually thought you were a fan.
Nah, man. I'm always trying to get into Uncharted every time they come out, but it's such a shit game.
I think...
I'm trying to like it. Like, I really want to like Uncharted, but it's so shit. It's such garbage. It's such garbage.
I have to disagree with you.
But the last one had some fucking good graphics.
Yeah.
But it was still shit as a game.
Oh, I gotta disagree with you heavily. I love the Uncharted franchise.
No. The acting is good. The cutscenes are good. But the game itself, garbage.
That's not true at all.
It's a garbage game. If you're listening to this and you've never played Uncharted, you're going to die happy.
No.
Avoid it at all costs.
No.
Unless you have low standards.
No, Uncharted is a great game, and even if I have low standards, listen, I'd still come in that pussy. The director of the Uncharted movie, his name is Seth Gordon. Pantelis, do you want to know what else Seth Gordon has made?
Flash Gordon?
No. Seth Gordon is the director and producer known for The Horrible Bosses, 2011.
That was very funny.
Yeah, featuring Charlie Day. Identity Thief in 2013.
That's shit.
The King of Kong, A Fistful of Quarters from 2007. It was that documentary about...
Oh, shit, I saw the documentary.
Yeah?
About the video game competition. Yeah, that was a cool documentary.
So he directed that, and now he's on board to be directing the Uncharted movie.
But no matter what he directs, he could make The Passion of the Christ Part 2, and everybody would fucking go crazy, like, oh my god, Christ came back, started kicking people in the face. And his legacy is still tainted because he made Identity Thief.
I never watched Identity Thief. That
Good.
bad? That bad?
Good. It's a garbage
Is
movie.
it, in your opinion, is it worse than Uncharted?
Yeah, because it's more cheesy than Uncharted. Is just whatever. What do you want these guys to do? They make shit games, but the gameplay is bad. But I mean, Identity Thief is just very cheesy. You know what I mean?
No, that's Pantelis. I love Uncharted. I have a platinum in all 3 games. Just a testament.
Fox hates Uncharted.
JumpFoxJump loves Uncharted.
Right,
but
they do.
FoxJumpFox,
which is Bizarro or
our alter egos, our nemesis. They hate Uncharted, but we love Uncharted. So.
I've tried so much to get into it because everybody likes it, but it's so shit.
Don't listen to him. People like it for a reason. So, Seth Gordon announced that the movie will begin shooting in early 2015, and the script is in, quote, a really good place.
Yeah, next to the fireplace.
He spoke to CVG, saying that Nathan Drake is not going to play... be played by Mark Wahlberg. He says that, quote...
Could you imagine if he was being played by...
Mark?
Yeah. Be like, okay, we're going to jump out of this plane. Okay, are you ready?
Is that Marky Mark's acting?
Yeah, that's how he does. He's always like, okay, you ready? Just put it in. We're going to jump. All right, you ready? He's always fucking intense, this guy, for no fucking reason. It's like, yo, Marky Mark, you want to go to the corner store? All right, we should. I want a Gatorade. Okay? Like, motherfucker, calm down, man.
I think Nathan Fillion would be a perfect fit for this.
I like Nathan Fillion. I don't want him to fucking taint his career, though.
Okay.
I think if he does fucking... No joke. I think if Nathan Fillion gets caught doing fucking snuff films, his career won't be as tainted as if he becomes Nathan Drake.
So Uncharted director Seth Gordon says that he, quote, wants it to be a great actor. That's number one. His number one priority for this movie is that he wants it to be a great actor. And if it's someone who has an actual jaw like a jawline, what makes Hollywood actors important, then it's even better. So
Sean Connery will be a good Nathan Drake.
He's old. I think he'd be a better Sully.
I don't even know what that means.
All right, so next up, that's the Uncharted movie. Next up, we've got this tidbit of news. No surprise here. Apparently, Xbox One sales have doubled since dropping the Kinect.
It makes sense.
It does make sense.
Because when Xbox One first came out and they were like advertising the Kinect,
yeah,
I was laughing. I was like, this is stupid shit. First of all, I don't like standing in front of my television and dangling around, dancing like a fucking moron.
Oh, you mean like your penis?
That's my videos.
That's the problem. I heard that the problem that always happened with you is that it would recognize your penis as one of your legs.
It would recognize the third leg. It would get confused.
And it would throw off the game completely.
I hate the whole idea of the Kinect. First of all, apparently it's always on. It's always watching me.
Yeah.
I don't need that shit. Already my neighbor is always watching me. I don't need this thing in my house watching what I'm doing. But I always thought the Kinect was a stupid idea, and I don't like the fact that they made it seem like it's not optional, like it's part of the experience.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be part of the experience. I want to sit there one day, I want to pop in a game and fucking play it, and that's it. I don't want my fucking computers watching me. I don't want that shit. I want to play my game, and it ends there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to live in this Orwellian fucking state, all right?
Well, you're not alone. You're not alone. You're not the only person that wants to ditch the whole Big Brother act. But that's why, since you're not alone, that's why Microsoft decided to drop the Kinect, and it's also dropped the price by $100. And surprise, Xbox One sales have doubled since the launch of the Kinect free bundle. This
doesn't matter.
Yeah, it launched in early June.
It's not hard to double one.
Xbox 2 sales per month. So that's the statistics as compared in the US. So yeah, I mean, are we going to see steady growth of the Xbox One compared to the PS4? Maybe. Is it going to catch up to the PS4? Who knows? But still pretty cool. I mean, I think that they deserve it after dropping the Kinect. That's exactly what was going to happen. That's all I have for news, Pantelis. Not much going on in the video game industry.
That was not a lot.
Not a lot.
None of it was interesting. You talked about Uncharted, which ruined my appetite.
Seriously, none of it interesting.
No.
You want to talk about new releases?
I don't, but I think you do.
I do. New releases from July 20th, 2014 to July 27th, 2014. We've got Oddworld New and Tasty on PS4. It's a remake of a PS1 game
that nobody liked. Carry on.
Some people liked, but yeah, it's a side-scrolling action platformer. If it's your jam.
We're still side-scrolling. 2014. We're still fucking side-scrolling. You know why they used to side-scroll back in the day? Because technology didn't fucking exist that can make you not side-scroll. And now that it does, we can do these fucking great 3D games. They make you feel like you're in real life. It's crazy. You feel emotion. We're fucking side-scrolling. Get out of here with that shit.
So it's made by Just Add Water. Studio head
That's a dumb name.
Stuart Gilray, however you want to pronounce that. He's a solid dude, and he's been remaking the Oddworld games for a few years. That's coming out on July 22nd, 2014. Next up, we've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Training Layer coming out for the Kinect.
Look, I love Turtles, especially of the Teenage Mutant Ninja variety.
Right.
However, the Kinect is stupid, and I'm sure they're going to bastardize this. They're just it's a movie tie-in, and it's just going to be you sitting in front of your screen trying to like move your arm as if it's a sword, and it's never going to connect properly. It's not going to work. It's just stupid.
Pun.
It's stupid, and I hope nobody buys it.
Words of wisdom, people. You hear that? I gotta agree 100% with that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Training Layer, stay the fuck away from it. It's probably not going to be a good game. On PS4 on July 22nd, we got Le Tour de France Season 2014. Pantelis, why don't you tell us what you think about this, the Tour de France?
This is fucking stupid. So, we've reached a point where people are going to simulate riding a bicycle. X. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Oh.
Who needs this? Who thought of this would be a good idea? Unless there's like some kind of side story where you could take steroids, and if you might get caught, but you might not get caught. It's like a 50-50 gamble.
You gotta fight ball cancer.
Yeah, you gotta fight ball cancer. Then okay, it's deep. There's some emotion. And maybe I'll check it out. But if it's just me riding around a fucking shitty ass mountain for a while, fuck that shit. I'm not doing that.
I think the box art of this game is horrendous.
It's just a fucking... It's not even a face. It's this guy's sunglasses. And he sees other people beating him.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a shit driver. There's 87 cyclists ahead of him. Why is he on the box cover?
So stay away from the Tour de France season 2014.
Stay away. Who's
PS4.
going to buy this?
All right, next up we got
Who buys the PlayStation 4 and next-gen consoles? Like, yo, I want to see what it's like to ride a bike.
Ugh. Good point. Next up, we got Might and Magic: Duel of Champions: The Forgotten Wars, coming out on PlayStation 3.
I forgot this game existed.
Might and Magic. Hey, it's got its own user base. It's got its own fan base. So,
is it anything like Dungeons and Dragons?
No, maybe.
I don't know what the fuck this is.
Might and Magic.
Look,
it's popular,
but it
though.
sounds cool though. Might and Magic: Duel of Champions. It sounds exciting.
Actually, maybe it's exactly like Dungeons and Dragons.
If I get a chance, maybe I'll try it. Who knows? It sounds
Really?
magical.
Seriously?
Does it seriously sound magical?
It sounds mighty.
Sounds mighty and I might try it.
Good point. Next up, we got Ratchet and Clank Collection coming out on the PS Vita network. Oh, what's wrong with that?
They keep releasing the same fucking game over and over in different collections. Stop with this. Every time I see that fucking, what is that? He's a fucking rat gopher, whatever the fuck he is with his guns. I get very upset because the same guy, Ratchet and Clank Collection. Ratchet and Clank Collection on PS Vita. Ratchet and Clank on PS3. Fuck you, make one collection so I can throw it right away in the garbage so I don't have to fucking play this goddamn. Who made this game?
Insomniac.
I can't sleep either.
Oh,
all right.
I love Insomniac. I love their games. The Ratchet and Clank games are all really good. The second one, Going Commando, being my favorite Ratchet and Clank game, I would heavily recommend you pick this one up.
Which version? Do they keep releasing it?
Yeah, there's two versions of the collection, one on PS3 and one on PS Vita. The game would do well on both. Honestly, I would picture myself playing it on both. I haven't played the Ratchet Collection on PS3. But hey, man, if you have a Vita, you need games to play, and let's be serious, you probably do need games to play if you own a Vita. Ratchet and Clank Collection, man. It's a good one to own. Play Ratchet and Clank 2. Fall in love. Next up, on July 23rd, for PC, Mac, and Linux, we've got Unrest.
Is it about like civil unrest? If like shit's going down in Israel right now on the Gaza Strip, that's pretty cool. So if it's something about like war and stuff, maybe it's cool.
I heard war has changed.
What's it? War has changed. What's it about?
War never changes.
What's it about? Unrest?
I don't even know. Let's find out what Unrest.
Very bad at this.
Yeah, it's true. I'm not that good, but I have no idea what Unrest is about.
Unrest game. Let's see.
Unrest is a narrative-focused RPG developed by Pterodactyl Games for PC, Mac, and Linux. That is set in a fantasy interpretation of ancient India.
Forget anything I said. This game is gonna be shit. I'm very sorry to mislead you. Carry on to the next game.
Next, on the 3DS eShop, we got Siesta Fiesta.
What is this garbage?
Oh, you want to know what Siesta Fiesta?
I don't really want to know. I already know I don't like it. Siesta. It helps you sleep.
If you've got a 3DS, you might want to check out Siesta Fiesta, coming out on July 24th.
Let me read this. A blend of horizontally auto-scrolling, breakout, and pinball with a pinch of insanity and a constant party of happiness. Also beds. Who wrote this? That's not even... The grammar's terrible. Don't buy Siesta Fiesta. Don't give these fucking terrorists your money.
Oh, I think this is actually a giant bomb entry. But yeah, maybe check out Siesta Fiesta.
Maybe not.
If you've got nothing to play on your 3DS, let's be honest.
Kill yourselves. Don't do this.
If you've got nothing to play since Shovel Knight, check it out. Next up, do you own a WiiU?
Are you fucking crazy?
Well, we've got Wooden Sensei. We're not even gonna.
You know what I would sensei? I would sensei that you should not buy this fucking game.
It's an action platformer set in a Japan steam rock world.
Well, that's fucking stupid.
Okay, next up on the Wii U, we've got Master Reboot.
Yeah.
That's July 24th. On July 25th, hey, look, man, we've got Wii Sports Club.
And nobody gives a shit.
Coming out on the Wii U. If you liked Wii Sports, you might like this.
It's like the same thing, basically.
Yeah, listen, guys. If I were you, I would save your money for the week after that. You can buy The Last of Us Remastered on PS4. I know Pantelis isn't a big fan.
I beat it on the PS3.
Well, buy it on the PS4.
No.
Yeah, on the week after that, you got Ultra Street Fighter 4, but we'll talk about that next week. So that's it for new games. New games coming out. Have you purchased any new games? I mean, what's the last new game you bought?
Newest. I was playing the UFC game on the PlayStation Quattro.
Nice. We'll talk about that in just a second.
All right.
But before we transition into what we've been playing...
So why did you ask me if you don't want to talk about it? I don't know why you did that.
Listen, I'm a cock tease.
All right.
I've been known to be a cock tease. I love teasing cocks.
It's weird.
JumpFoxJump.
That's the name of the show.
What have you been making over like?
I can't disclose that information right now. It's top secret.
Okay.
However,
what are some of your biggest games?
Fight Night Champion for the iOS.
Very cool. If you guys are listening to this, is Fight Night? Do you give it your seal of approval?
Oh yeah, it was actually innovative for its time. Now
I heard
some stuff probably came out, but I mean we used a lot of the gyroscope technology, so you can move around, kind of dodge punches, all that on your iOS device. It was a very fun game. For the time, it was groundbreaking, like I said. Now with the newer iPhones too, it probably runs very, very, very well. But yeah, that was the big one on iOS. I've worked on a lot of games on different consoles and stuff. I don't know if I'm going to get back into the video game industry at some point working. It might happen once I'm done with comedy, not officially, but I mean, I have stuff I'm working on now. I have the stand-up, I have the show coming up. I'm doing some writing, pilot work and stuff for a show that we're trying to develop. Once I'm kind of done with all that, there is a chance I get back into video games. Maybe in a consulting phase, something like that. There's a lot that I still feel is unfinished, that I haven't done yet. There's a lot of video game ideas I haven't really finished yet. So I might get back into the industry, actually work in the industry again.
Very cool. And so you said you're doing stand-up. You have a show coming up in Montreal. Why don't you plug that show?
Well, I have Hercules Complex coming out in Montreal on August the 8th, Friday night, 9 p.m. at Le Petit Campus on Prince Arthur Street, right off Saint Laurent. That's going to be my yearly special. It's my special for this year. It takes together everything I've done for the past year, get it on tape, get it out there, release the album, and then, I could start fresh.
Yeah. Very cool, man. I've seen some of Pantelis' stuff live. He's a very funny dude. So if you guys haven't heard of Pantelis or you haven't seen him yet, make sure you follow him on Twitter. Your Twitter ID is?
Big P4H. Now, if you've never heard of the 4H podcast, then what are you doing with your lives?
I've been on the 4H podcast. So if you're a fan of me, you might want to go back and check it out. You just search the 4H podcast on iTunes, right? Yeah,
it's on iTunes, on Stitcher. We're everywhere.
All right, so make sure you check out Pantelis' new show, The Hercules Complex.
PantelisComedy.com.
Yeah, PantelisComedy.com. All right. PantelisComedy.com. I'm sorry. I should get fired. So you said that you bought UFC, right?
I did.
And?
Well, actually, it was given to me by one of my friends at the Electronic Arts.
Really?
I still got my homies. What do you think? Cool. You think I'm out of the industry that much? I just don't make games for them no more.
You still got your hookups.
Yeah, I still got my hookups. I'm doing my comedy game right now, but
You guys can check out some JumpFoxJump Let's Plays of UFC. I actually played UFC with Jason Chichola. He was my first guest on the show. We have 2 episodes of UFC up, so if you're interested, go check them out. It was a lot of fun. But what did you think about UFC, Pantelis?
It's okay.
What kind of modes, what did you enjoy most about the game?
Enjoy most? I think the graphics are really, really nice.
Yeah, that's what I said.
The graphics are its strong point. However, the career mode is very much lacking.
Yeah.
Like, I went through the career, created my guy. He's a total badass. And,
what's his name?
It's my name. It's
Pantelis?
I call him Pantelis del Beast.
Oh.
So, because I'm a beast. So, I started kicking ass, and I got the light heavyweight championship. And the thing is, all it does now is the recurring loop of me defending against the same fucking 3 guys repeatedly. I have like 11 or 12 successful title defenses. There's no reason for me to play anymore. Well, what it should do is kind of tell me like, hey, you've dominated this division. Do you want to change weight class? Like, there's so much stuff they could have done with it. Instead, it's just repeat. It's the same. I keep fighting John Jones. It's the same guys. It's the same 3 guys that I keep fighting every month for a different fucking title defense. I keep kicking the shit out of these guys. They can't handle me.
So you're saying like no end game value, like once you've rised in the career mode, there's nothing much.
Yeah, which doesn't take that long.
Like how long would you say?
Didn't take me long at all, man. Well, the training part's a bit of a pain in the ass in the beginning, but I mean, a couple of hours, you're the champ.
Really?
And then the hardest part is when you're doing the Ultimate Fighter, because your stats are still shitty, so you really have trouble with some of those guys. You really got to back off a bit and don't let them, mount you, because they'll fucking beat the shit out of you.
Well, I mean, if I mounted you, I wouldn't beat the shit out of you.
That's awkward. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here right now.
Wait, before you leave.
No, but the thing is, when they mount you, it's, they'll beat the shit out of you at that point. But then after, man, once your stats start getting good and all that, like me, dude, my guy with his fucking kicks, if you get too close, I will kick you in the fucking head and knock the shit out of you. I don't care who you are. They need to make me fight robots to maybe try to beat me, because I'm beating the shit out of everybody in the UFC.
I enjoy that game. I enjoy that game a lot. It's
fun. I'm just saying that there's no value in the career mode after a certain point.
Yeah.
And that point comes way too early.
I think we can both agree that the best part of EA Sports UFC is the graphics and presentation.
Yes.
Really good. When you see them like stretch and their skin wrinkles and like their muscles flex.
My homie Joe Rogan is in the game.
Oh shit, Joe Rogan is in the game. Pretty cool color commentary from Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan's the man.
Yeah.
So
I find he acts better. Joe Rogan actually, you know what? His acting was 8 on 10.
Well, it's hard for him too. It's a game, It's not like in real life and stuff. It's hard for him to react the way he normally would. He's a real dude. He's a real ass dude.
He's
real ass shit.
Super fucking real. How do you think he is at acting?
He's not the best actor, but he's a great comedian.
Yeah, he is.
You know what I mean? But like I said, because he's a real ass dude. But yeah, no. Like I said, the graphics are awesome, but the game there's a lot lacking. I think the next UFC they make is probably going to be killer.
Yeah.
But this one, there's a lot of loose ends.
This is like the third one they've made, I believe.
No, this is the first one from EA. Though.
From EA, yeah, exactly.
So whatever.
All right. Next up, a game that I've been playing that I understand you've been playing, Tomb Raider. The definitive edition.
I beat it.
Yeah, me too. Oh, you beat it.
I completed this game.
Please, let's talk about the ending.
Let's talk about the ending.
Okay, I think that the game started off super cool, and the narrative was like, oh, look at Lara Croft. She's going to be she's going to be dealing with the horrors of killing another human being, and she's going to be introduced into this world of being a survivor and all the hardships that come with it. Quickly turns into her being a mass murderer, a professional assassin, and then towards the end of the game, the plot falls apart so quickly. I see you have something to say here. Hold on, I just wanted to get across that I think the plot of Tomb Raider fell apart so quickly. By the end, spoilers, guys. If you haven't played Tomb Raider, please fast forward by maybe 2, 3, 4 minutes. So from my understanding, she's killing a Japanese princess that has been alive for thousands of years, that is just transferring her soul into new bodies so that she can control the weather on one island.
Something of the sort. Let me tell you what I thought.
Please tell me.
So I started playing the game, same thing. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. Like, she's Lara Croft, but she's just an innocent girl, you know what I mean? And you gotta teach her how to fight and all that. So she learns, she starts killing. I wouldn't call her a mass murderer. She's defending herself.
Crazy.
Yeah, you get crazy. I'm controlling her. I'm a crazy motherfucker. What do you want? So I start killing people because I'm nuts like that, right? So I start fucking wasting these guys. I'm like, yo, these terrorists, these rapists, they ain't raping me. So I'm fucking going crazy.
It's true. They did try to rape her.
They tried to rape her, but
there was rape in that game.
But I'm controlling her. You're not gonna rape me, homies.
You're not gonna rape Lara Croft when Pantelis is controlling.
No, when I'm controlling Lara Croft. So Lara Croft, I fought off the rapists numerous times. But the thing is, then at one point, I saw fucking giant ass samurais and monsters. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? I was fighting rapists for the first 4 hours.
Yeah.
And now there's monsters. There's legitimate monsters.
Legit.
Some of them, giants.
Yeah.
All right? They have no business being around little Lara Croft. So that kind of threw me off. I was like, I wasn't expecting this.
She's the hottest archaeologist ever.
And then, she's not even a real archaeologist. She's a made-up person. So then, she... Then I start fighting these fucking magical elements and shit. So, like, on one hand, I'm fighting terrorists and rapists, and then on the other hand, you're fighting monsters all on the same island, and you're trying to rescue your friends, and then you know that this one motherfucker's kind of shady, and for some reason, you can't tell Lara Croft to back off and kill him.
Yeah.
So he keeps fucking...
Oh my god, you just reminded me. That guy, his
a horrible actor.
Plot... not only was he a horrible actor, his plot was left... they didn't close up his storyline. No, he got sliced by those samurai guys at the end of the game.
Killed him.
And no, it seemed like he was still alive, and you never heard from him again.
No, it seemed like he was dead.
Dead. But that game, they just kind of...
It was a fun ass game. Hold on. The graphics were cool.
Yeah.
On the PS4.
Yes.
The game was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Oh no, you're right. I seem like I'm coming down hard on Tomb Raider, but like Pantelis, I did enjoy the game. I thought it was really fun. I thought there was a lot to do. Definitely a lot of collectibles. The story is where I take the biggest problem with
But the
game.
story's hit or miss because there's a lot of parts where I enjoyed. Like, I enjoyed some of this.
I liked when I liked her commentary when she finds something in the wild. When she finds something,
you know what the
like,
problem was? The problem with this wasn't just... I think this kind of story, you could make it work. The problem was all of the supporting cast was garbage.
It's true.
Like, she was a good actress. You enjoyed her. But everybody else was shit.
The big Hawaiian dude.
Yeah, they were literally guys they got off the street.
You know what?
Like, hey, can you act? And like, I did play in high school. And then they put them in the booth and they were horrible.
It's true. I didn't give a fuck about any other character in that game. Tell me you gave a shit about anybody dying.
I felt bad when I killed my first deer.
Yeah, the deer.
But then I started killing them like it ain't no thing.
Like it was Rambo.
Like,
it was like Rambo 3.
What happened was when I killed the first one, I was emotional. But then I realized this is my hood now. And I gotta represent. So I started fucking wasting all the other deer, letting them know not to step foot in my territory.
Yo, fuck those deer.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider, fun game. The narrative, though, I think we can both agree.
Left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, true. Narrative of Tomb Raider, not that cool, man. I find they could have really done a better job. Listen, that story, you don't like the Uncharted games. I find that the Tomb Raider story was actually worse than the Uncharted stories. I find that Uncharted 1 has the most like flaky story.
Well, let's not talk crazy now.
Yeah, I think that Tomb Raider, really fun game. Worse, the story really bugged that game.
But it's actually a good game that you can have fun with as opposed to Uncharted, which sucks fucking monster dicks. Uncharted, gameplay-wise, sucks the dick of the giant samurais that you face in Tomb Raider.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Man, listen, I gotta really disagree with you. I don't know why you think that about Uncharted. I think Uncharted is a phenomenal third-person shooter, man. It's an amazing action platformer. It's just really cool in terms of cinematography and stuff like that. Voice acting, it raises the bar every time it comes out for video game, like voice acting, stuff like that.
Raises the shit bar.
Okay, so next up we've got a game you've been playing. I only played this game a bit. You said that you've been playing DC Universe Online.
I played about 2 hours of it.
On PS4?
On the PlayStation Quattro.
Please give me the Pantelis review.
The Pantelis review is a pretty shit game. I tried to get into it. I created my guy. I called him Zeus Amon-Ra because I was fucking around. He's all red and she's got a cape and whatnot. Whatever, that's not the point.
What is he? Like, what did you create?
He could shoot fire from his hands and he could fly and shit.
Who's his mentor?
Superman.
Okay.
Because he could fly and shit.
Okay.
The problem with it is that the game is shit. So I got into it. I was like, oh man, this might be fun. I'm a superhero. So I get into it and I realize that all I'm doing is fucking beating up gorillas for the first fucking hour. And they're shitty gorillas. The graphics aren't good. And the gameplay sucks. And you can't really talk to people. It's weird. And it's a shit game. Overall, it's a garbage game. And fucking losers pay money to play that game. Alright, play it for free and then realize how shitty it is and stop playing it. I'm going to delete it off my hard drive and I hope that my PlayStation forgives me for downloading that piece of shit game.
It might not forgive you. It might not want to turn on.
It is shit.
Your PlayStation might have committed suicide.
This is what I'm surprised. I'm going to be honest with you guys.
Tell me.
That when I got the PlayStation Quattro, I thought that I'd be able to play all my old PS3 downloads, not the old game, but the download. None of the downloads are available. All my Final Fantasies, all that, which I think is criminal. I think that's a criminal act that they've done. And number two, they let this shit game go cross-platform. Why? So you could terrorize the PlayStation 4?
Hey,
it's
at least it's free to play.
I thought because it's free to play, and because it also made it to the PS4, I thought, man, this must be a good game. It jumped consoles. And then I played it and realized it probably jumped consoles trying to jump off the ledge to kill itself. And then the PS4 caught it and said, no, you're coming with me.
You're coming with me, bub.
But I'm telling you guys, avoid it at all costs. Unless you hate yourselves. And you want to play that game and get depressed about your lives. That's the only reason. It's a shit game.
It's not. I would say that maybe the PS4 version is better than the PS3 version. Although I've only had bad times playing DCUO. I understand it's free to play.
It's a waste of time.
But back in the day, once upon a time, you had to pay full price for that game, and you had to pay per month. Back in the day, isn't that insane?
I bet you suicides occurred.
I really do think that DC Universe Online is not up to snuff. We're being really big haters, but listen,
I'm not a hater. I'm being honest. That game is shit.
Yeah, I agree with you. I did not have a good time playing that game. My first hour and a half of that game, I was just doing the stupidest little fucking minion shit. I felt like a chump running around the city doing not much. And
remember, this is a game that allows you to fly. I'm flying around. Flying around is supposed to be the coolest thing you could do. I'm flying around. I'm like, oh, this is shit. It's a shit game.
Alright, so DC Universe Online. Do you recommend people who just purchase a PS4 just download it, even though it's free to play?
No, I recommend you go fuck yourselves before you do that.
What if they like DC?
No, I'm telling you, it has nothing to do with DC. The game is shit. Don't waste your time.
Oh, okay. Alright, so DC Universe Online not getting the seal of approval from Pantelis.
Seal of approval? I want to kick it in the dick.
Does it have a dick to kick?
If it did, I would kick it. Like, that's how shit this game is.
Next up, I know this is one of your favorite games, and you're going to have a lot to say about this. I do have a lot of questions about this. You've been playing Pro Evolution Soccer 2014.
Well, what? I always play that game. Big Pro Evolution Soccer fan. It had the World Cup DLC. I downloaded it. It made all the World Cup players look fucking realistic. They look like a real life counterparts.
They changed the graphics with DLC.
They updated it with the DLC.
Interesting.
Did they do that? The Japanese, you don't know what they're thinking.
Did they really update faces?
Yeah, all kind like the Greek national team. It looked fucking just like them. It was pretty badass. They did that with all the teams, the ones that made it to the World Cup. So it was a great DLC to get, especially if you like the World Cup, if you like that kind of stuff. It was it's a great game in general. Like the gameplay, this is what people don't understand is that FIFA gets a lot of publicity.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
And FIFA has the good thing that FIFA has is licenses. So FIFA has all these licenses about these leagues all around the world, and they have the Premiership, and they have shit leagues like the Korean League and all that. Koreans shouldn't be playing soccer; they're garbage. But they
North Koreans?
The North Koreans, fuck. So the most explosive soccer in Asia. So. The thing is, they have all these licenses, right? And so people pick up on FIFA a lot, and the graphics are whatever. But Pro Evolution Soccer, man, that's where the gameplay's at. If you like soccer, it is just awesome. It's phenomenal. It's fun to play. It's very realistic. The strategies are there. It's a much funner game. It's very fluid. The ball for years has been separate from the player. If you understand what I mean, like FIFA used to be stuck. Like the second
Yeah.
you get the ball, it's like it's part
Stuck
of
to
the
your guy.
character.
Yeah.
It's very bad. Now FIFA's trying to do that shit, but they don't even do it as well as Pro Evolution
So
Soccer.
hold on. Let me just go on record here saying that Pantelis thinks that still has FIFA ever been better than Pro Evo?
Yeah, a few years ago it was like a very shit year for Pro Evo, and FIFA had a much better game.
What was that, like 2008?
No, not that long ago. It was in the last two or 3 years, and I admit it. FIFA had a better. I'm just telling you guys what the reality is. FIFA had a better game.
I'm just gonna let you guys know. Just go on record here. Pantelis is probably the biggest soccer fan I know, so I don't know that much about soccer. But whatever he says, probably take his word for it.
Yeah, in terms of gameplay wise, Pro Evolution Soccer is a much better game. But FIFA had that the licensing thing. However, what some people I guess don't know, because there's a lot of casual fans that don't look into this and stuff. I myself never have to play with fake names because of licensing, because the Pro Evolution Soccer community is so dedicated to this game because it's so well made that as soon as the game comes out, they're aware of the leagues and the teams that aren't officially licensed. So they make these patches and they make them to a T. I mean, they look incredible. They look like the real life thing. So all you need to do, you could even do this on the PlayStation, is you download this option file with all these edit data information and just install it. And then you're playing the game with all full licensing, images, all that. So you don't see the difference.
Do the community make the faces?
The faces, everything.
Really?
So you don't notice. Like me, I always forget about the licensing fiasco, because every year, as soon as it comes out, I go to the forum. I go to I think it's PES Gaming, PESgaming.com, and I get the latest option file, the latest patch for my PS3 back in the day, and I'm gonna do it for my PS4 when the game comes out in 2 months. And install it. I have all the jerseys, everything, the names, the logos, all that. So I don't notice a thing. So I have better gameplay, and I have the official licensing. So
what does Metacritic say in terms of review scores for these games?
Generally gets a good score. But FIFA always they give the upper hand.
Really?
But the reason isn't gameplay. The reason is they always say the licensing. And it depends how you look at it. I mean, superficially, yeah, it hurts when you have a lot of teams that aren't licensed, right? So you have like generic names for those teams. But in terms of gameplay, I rather play the better game and enjoy it, right? It's a sports game, it's a soccer title, so you want to have that emotion in the game, you want to have that back and forth, you want to have the challenge, right? FIFA got so fucking robotic that you don't know what they're going to do, you know what the opponent's going to do, they don't feel like real people. So you kind of have a strategy, and it used to be that fucking run down the side and lob it into the box.
Yeah.
But now Pro Evolution Soccer, for example, you can't do any of that garbage. Like you need to play smart, and every team you need to have a different strategy with them, especially the new one coming out. The stuff that I've heard about it and that I've seen that they've announced, I'm pretty excited.
Okay, let me ask you. First of all, I just want to say Pro Evo Soccer 2014 is now free to download for PlayStation Plus on PS3,
How
right?
cool is that?
Is it still there?
I think it is, yeah.
Okay. All right. So if you're a big fan of soccer, the World Cup's kind of wrapping up. It's all finished. So you might want to take a look at that. Download it on PS3. But let me ask you, Pantelis, the software you download, for, like you say, you download a bunch of teams, you download a bunch of...
No, I'll tell you how it works.
Does it transfer over to the next year?
Yeah, you could if you want. You could just update from the year before. But what it is you might as well just get the new one. You might as well just get the new stuff every year. The way it works is simple. Is in the game, there's a very expansive edit mode. So you could edit, you create jerseys, you could do all this. So what they do is, it's simple. Is the guy goes in, they spend all this time, these fucking nerds, and they edit everything, and they make it look perfect. And then they take their save file, and they just put it on the computer. Mm-hmm. And they put it ready for download. So you download that, install it on your PlayStation, or Xbox, PC, whatever. And then you just apply it. As if it's your... Yeah, it's out on PC too. PC is much easier, you just apply the option file. So then you just apply it as if it was your save file. But it's only the edit, so you don't have to take their career or anything. You can just create your own, and just the edit data, and then you're set. You have the stadiums, all that. It's amazing. But the reason they have such a dedicated community is because the game is so good.
When you say the game is so good,
it plays very well.
It plays very well.
Yeah, it's fun to play as a soccer game. It's exciting. There's the emotion of the game that's in there, and it doesn't feel as phony as FIFA's. FIFA's is like a shoddy attempt. It's very visual. Mm-hmm. Like it's very let's get the license, let's get the big names.
Kind of like UFC.
Kind of like UFC, but they don't focus as much on the gameplay.
Not much content.
Yeah. Also, the graphics aren't as good as the Pro Evolution Soccer. Pro Evolution Soccer is much better. The graphics, they look more realistic.
Really?
Yeah, they're very. The FIFA ones are very straight faced. Like they look like puppets on strings. Mm-hmm. Whereas there's more emotions on they're moving around even when they're off the ball. They're pulling your shirt, trying to get you down. It's much more exciting.
Pro Evolution published and developed by Konami, right?
Yes.
All right. So that was your info on Pro Evo. Thanks for that, man. I would have never had any of that insight on the game. So you looking forward to Pro Evo 2015?
So much so.
What are they adding? What are they changing?
They haven't announced too much yet, but there's new leagues, there's second divisions that are coming in. Obviously, it's their first major jump to the next gen. So apparently, the gameplay is going to a different direction a bit. It's going back to where it's based on every single player's different skill levels. So it's not like how FIFA has the right stick where you could just do moves no matter who you are. Whatever. This one is very dependent on the player. So
like different moves per player.
Exactly.
Okay.
And also in the career mode, they said, like in your manager mode, you could even, while you're managing a team, tell the people who cut the grass to cut the grass either higher or lower. That makes it different. If you're playing a passing team that they pass a lot, that's their game. It's better for you to have longer grass so the ball doesn't slide as easy. So you cut off their passing game. So you slow down their passes. Yeah, it's a smart game. It's
Do you think that actually happens in actual?
Of course, it happens all the time.
Really?
Even different strategy. Yeah, even when they have certain sections up where they can move up and down from like the roof, where it's collapsing and all that. Certain place what they do is if the first half is starting in a section where the visiting team is going to get a lot of sun on their face, they lower it so that purposely it's harder for them to play.
No way.
And then if they switch sides and the sun's still there, they'll raise it up. Little things, home field advantage, little stuff.
They probably do that in hockey too, right?
Not in hockey. They do that in football, in American football.
Like with the same thing with the grass, or
in American football they do the grass thing and they do
sun
the
thing.
They do the sun thing and they do the speakers too.
Fucking sports corrupt that shit.
Yeah, it's just home court advantage. So like in football, they do it when the other team is on offense, the visiting team is on offense. The crowd will get really loud, and then they'll boost it by the speakers, and they'll play everything a lot louder. So that you get distracted, you can't hear yourself talk.
Interesting. So Pro Evo 2014, downloaded on PlayStation Plus.
It's free.
It's free. You can't go wrong with free, man. Pro Evo 2015 coming out soon, so check it out. Next up, I don't think you've played this, but this is something I've been playing, Pokemon X.
I have not played it
Y.
because I don't have a Game Boy.
Yeah, Nintendo 3DS. I gotta say, for Pokemon 3D, for Pokemon X, Pokemon Y, the game is just very easy. If you're a big fan of Pokemon games throughout the years, this is, I think, the easiest Pokemon game yet. It would go with Nintendo's whole initiative to be like to broaden the audience, and I don't want to be too much of a hater, although I don't know who the fuck I'm playing as. I don't know who the fuck my Pokemon are. Every single time I catch a Pokemon, it might as well be fucking named X or named Y, because none of those Pokemon are hit it home with me. I'm used to the original 150 from when we were kids.
Look, dude,
now shit's crazy. There's like 700 fucking Pokemon.
I've noticed that, like, I haven't played these games, but all the info I'm getting from it is that there's a lot of Pokemon, and I've seen pictures of one was like an ice cream cone.
Yeah.
They're running out of ideas, these Japanese
Vanillish.
That's his real name?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah, they're running out of ideas. It's ridiculous.
True. They are actually running out of ideas.
But I did hear that Pokemon XY are awesome ass games. I heard that too.
They're good games in terms of
Pokemon games.
In terms of Pokemon games, they're really good. If you've never played a Pokemon game, this game will blow your mind. If you're used to Pokemon games, it's cool because it's 3D now. The Pokemon are fully animated in battle and they're moving and stuff like that. We never really had that. The animations for Pokemon are really nice. There's so many features, so many fucking side quests and side gameplay features. The thing is, they all feel really gimmicky. There's one called the Pokemon Ami, which is a pun for French, where you kind of raise your Pokemon's happiness by doing stuff like touching his penis and giving him treats.
That's a weird thing for kids to do.
It's very weird for kids to do. There's another one where you can make them train. You can make them hit punching bags so that they can beat up certain special punching bags, and they'll level up like certain skills. So you can make them attack a special attack punching bag to raise their special attack skill, a defense punching bag to raise their defense. I just think that the game itself is super easy, not much challenge there. It's just fun because they have all the old Pokemon kind of animated, and they come to life like they never did before. In terms of if I would recommend it, man, if you have a 3DS and you want to play a Pokemon game, just get it. But it's definitely nothing to make you buy a 3DS for. I just think that this game is way too easy. Not the new features are way too gimmicky. So, it's not too new either. So people already either own or don't own Pokemon XY. I'm a few months late, I'll admit. It came out in November, I believe. But still, my opinion on Pokemon X, take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. Next up, the last game we got here, Pixel Junk Shooter.
Oh, I couldn't read that.
Have you ever played a Pixel Junk game?
No, I get laid.
I like the Pixel Junk games, man. This is a remake of Pixel Junk Shooter 1 and 2, I believe, or maybe just 1. It's on the PS4. It was also free for PS Plus. The reason why I have it on this list is that if you're a fan of Dylan Cuthbert, Q Games, or any of the Pixel Junk games, you'll like this game. There's a lot to it. It looks good on your PS4. That's all I got to say about it, man. If you like the Pixel Junk games, you'll like this. Check it out. It's free for PS Plus. Good stuff. So that's all that we've been playing. Other than that, anything about the video game industry you wanted to talk about? Anything bothering you?
Yeah, it's corrupt. And just it kind of sucks that I got the PS4 and I was all excited, but there's not that many games on it right now. So I'm waiting for the new NHL game. That's gonna hold me over for September.
You know, NHL 2015 won Best Sports Game of E3 2014.
The game doesn't even exist yet, which is ridiculous. And I'm waiting for Pro Evolution Soccer. That's going to hold me out. And then Metal Gear Solid, once that comes out.
Have you played Ground Zeroes?
No, I'm avoiding it for now. I want to play, because I heard it's very short, so I want to play it closer to the date of Metal Gear 5 release. Mm-hmm. So I'm waiting for that.
And then probably the price is going to be lower. I agree with Pantelis in that they're charging $35-$40 for that game, and you can literally beat the main story in less than an hour. It's kind of a travesty.
It's definitely a transvestite in some.
I'm sorry. Did you say? I said travesty.
What did you hear?
Did you say transvestite?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think that Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes is a really good game. I just don't think they should have charged that much for it. I understand that nowadays the cost of developing games is really high, and that they needed to see some turnaround for the game in order.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, that's what happened, man. I think the Konami is spending so much, Kojima Productions is spending so much on the Phantom Pain that if it flops,
it won't flop.
Business.
Though it won't flop.
I agree with you. I think that this is too much.
I think that the Phantom Pain is going to sell so many copies that other video game publishers will close down their studios in honor of the sales.
Do you think this is a new trend that we're seeing where they come out with like a maybe 1 hour or 2 hour version of a game?
I hope not. Not if it's for $40-$50. That's ridiculous.
I think it's a new trend, Pantelis. I think we're going to be seeing more of this.
Another thing, why don't you just let me download it for like $10?
Yeah.
I'd be cool with that.
Yeah.
You make me buy a full version. I thought I was getting a legit game for $50, and then you leave me upset.
Yeah.
Then there's a good chance maybe I won't support the new game when it comes out because of what you just pulled. So you're just hurting fans by doing that.
If you check out JumpFoxJump, I'm a huge Metal Gear fan.
What is that?
JumpFoxJump is our YouTube channel /podcast that you're on right now.
Oh.
If you check out JumpFoxJump, the YouTube channel, we only recently put up videos of Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, and that's because it only recently was on special right after E3 on the PlayStation Network. I got it for like a little bit less than $20, which I think is a reasonable price. Still a bit high.
I think it's unreasonable.
As a huge Metal Gear fan, I waited very long. I waited a couple of months to play it just because I was voting with my wallet, something that I recommend you guys do. If you guys don't like the way things are going in the industry, if you don't like that Call of Duty is coming out every year, vote with your wallet. Don't buy Call of Duty and then fucking complain about it on message boards. How about just don't buy Call of Duty and then maybe they won't make them every year.
Also, stop committing hate crimes. It's not related to the video game thing, but it's something you should stop doing.
No more hate crimes. Okay?
Yeah.
Kim Jong-un. Ill. All right, Pantelis, that was a good podcast. So let's let these fine folks know where they can find you on the Twitters.
You can find me on the Twitters at BigP4H. That's twitter.com/BigP4H. Or you can just go to panteliscomedy.com and I will. There's links right there to my Twitter, my Instagram, my Facebook, my podcast, the tour dates. Everything. You can catch me live, homies.
Little tease, you guys. I was also on the Pantelis podcast. So if you want to check out more shows with me, head to Pantelis' site. You might have a good time. Maybe if you live in Montreal, go out, watch his comedy. I'm guaranteeing you'll have a good time there. And also, if you want to follow JumpFoxJump on Twitter, it's at JumpFoxJump. I'm Don. You can find me at DonOther, DonOther. And as always, make sure to check out our YouTube channel. That's JumpFoxJump. It's a lot of fun stuff there. Right now, we're giving away a Destiny beta code. So if you don't have one, head there. And other than that...
And remember, if you're replying to any of our tweets, #ThugLife.
Thug Life forever. Take it easy, guys.